Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before I get into this video, I just wanted to let you know I still have a Teespring store up. So if you're interested in any Volkswagen shirts, make sure to go check out the link in the description. I've got bugs, buses, Carmen Diaz, all sorts of stuff, and I've got sweatshirts on there too. So make sure to go check it out if you're interested in any of that. But let's get into this video. Now I haven't posted any videos in a while. I've been pretty busy at actual work and working on this, so I haven't made any videos, but I have been getting stuff done. This is the bug, obviously. I flipped it around in the garage today because I got it running and moving under its own power. So I'll have a video of me driving it around the yard, hopefully pretty soon. I'd like to get the fuel tank hooked up because right now I've been feeding it fuel through the carburetor without a gas tank, actually just pouring gas into the carburetor in the bowl. So it's not getting constant gas, it runs out every now and then. But I've been getting stuff done. As you can see over here, I've got a turn signal on. Now this is just, I want to see how it look. I'm going to clean up this housing. I've got new lenses coming from MT Manufacturing. Under the hood, it's pretty dark, so let me get a flashlight. Actually just turn the flash on the phone that I'm using for a camera. Anyway, under the hood, I've got the heat defrost tubes all hooked up. I got to get those middle ones with the vent in the center hooked up. Wiper motors hooked up, wiring. We're working on it. It's kind of a spaghetti mess right now. I'm waiting on the tubes that go from the headlight here to the bucket, and then I'm going to install the headlight things. As you can see, I've got new headlights. I cleaned up the chrome, and I just hit these with some gray Krylon. I didn't fix any of the rust on them. They're pretty good, but they're kind of surface rust pity. I didn't really care. They're headlight buckets. Cleaned them up with the red Scotch spray, wiped them down and sprayed them. Under here, I've messed with the brake lines a little. I was working on the steering box. It wasn't centering in the steering column tube. So I noticed when I turned the wheel that this would drag the brake line, which obviously is not a good thing. So I fixed that. Under here, we should be all set. I'd like to hook the horn up. Then I can throw the gas tank in, so that's a big deal. Let me turn the flash off and we'll go inside the car. Well, actually I'll leave it on because it's probably dark. Over here, this tape's been here for quite a while. I'm trying to get this scraper to sit against the glass better. I don't think it's going to really work. Inside, I've got a center console from Jason that I have no idea how it goes in. I'm working on that. Knobs are on the dashboard. This one, I can't get it to thread on completely, it just spins. So I'm going to have to come up with a solution for that, either get a new one or fill it with epoxy and basically tap it with the switch. I'd like to put the glove box door on pretty soon. Obviously the shifter, e-brake thing's in. My heat should work. This one is connected to the heater boxes, and it seems to be working. And this one is pulling the cable. As you can see, my hack job of a repair, I couldn't get the cable through the original tube, so I just put a new tube in. And hopefully no one ever looks under the mat, because it does not look pretty, but it's functional, and I'm going for functionality here. All my windows are in. They work. They're not the smoothest, but they'll get the job done. Up and down, that's what I'm working for. Rebuilt the vent windows, basically. Here. Ow. Wow, that hurt. I got new seals. People might not like this. I put pop rivets in. Oh, hold on. Focus. Well, you can't really see because it's dark, or the light's flashing off of it. I put pop rivets in instead of the original solid rivets because it was easier for me. And that's the kind of thing I don't care about. The pop rivet, it's going to be easier for me to replace it if I ever feel the need. They're aluminum, they'll be just fine. Now, back here, I got the rear carpet in. Not the prettiest thing in the world. It'll be good enough. I'm going to put that door card on. And I'm working on the steering situation now. I've got to get horn components. I'd like to get a new gas gauge, an original one. Right now I have it's marked VW Audi, but it's obviously a later replacement, and it's just not the greatest, so I'd like to do that. Put a few more layers of this quick roof stuff, and I'd like to get the mats in. Caleb was able to make some slider tracks for my heat sliders, so I can get those on, and I'll have functioning heat sliders. That'll be pretty cool. Headliners in, obviously. I can put the dome light in pretty soon. Let me get out of here, turn the flash off, and do some more video. We're going to try and start this thing. Just like that. It's my best running car. And just like that, we ran out of gas. But I had just enough fuel in the carb to show you guys. I'm not lying. It does run. And I did drive it in here. All 4 fenders are on. This is the only one that I haven't put the fender bead in yet. I haven't had time to. At the back of the car, let me turn the light on again. That doesn't really do much, but at the back of the car, unfortunately, I do have to repaint the license light thing, but I can start getting the taillights wired in, or, get them on, because the wiring should be there. Get the lock in, put the seal in. I'd like to adjust this, but, looking at it today, it still hits a bit, so I should adjust it. But it's not awful. I'm still looking for a front windshield. I know I can get a new one put in. I found someone somewhat locally with all the windows from a bug. I'm going to try and get the windshield for it so I can wash this thing, because you can see it's very disgusting. And I'm very upset that I let it get to this, but I can't wash the car if it doesn't have a windshield. So there's that. I got to get the hood seal in. Now, I've been using Marcy Junebug's video. It's very helpful with the thread thing. So I'm just going to clean up in there with some glass cleaner and get that thing in there. Then I got to get the hood lock, or not hood lock, hood, what do you want to call that? Hood release, I guess, wired in. And we'll call it a day there. I got to get everything wired up. Put a radio in. I do have a Sapphire V. I don't know if it works. I have a 68, 69 radio that was in the car when I got it, and I'd like to think it's the original one since the car was bought August 31st, 1967, which would be the time that a 68 was on the showroom floor. So I'm figuring that's what they put in the car at the dealer. Don't know though. Either way, I'm putting a radio on it, preferably, and I have found one, a Sapphire V III, which would be a Sapphire 8. That would be the 8-track version, which is just awesome for a 67. So I'm going to try... Oh, sorry. I'm going to try getting one of those. That would mean I'd put a speaker back there, which would be the factory location, and it is not a good-looking speaker from the factory, or dealer. But that's what it would have been. So I'm going to look into that. I did get these cleaned up and put in. The the light switch. I got to pull these off. Now, here's a big thing. My driver door sags. And it is definitely 100% the hinge pins. And I definitely 100% should have done them before the car was painted. But I didn't care enough. And I'm looking at it now, and I care. So I ordered hinge pins. I ordered both the first and second oversized from Wolfsburg West, because I'm not sure which one I want. Oh. And, so I'm going to put hinge pins in it. Luckily, the door does come off very nicely because I've had all of the bolts undone. So I'm going to take the door off. I'm going to nicely put it on a stand, and I'm going to get these hinge pins out, which means I'm going to start soaking them with PB Blaster right around now, because the hinge pin should be here next week. And I'm going to get an air hammer, and I'm going to blow those things out from the bottom. If I have to repaint the hinge, so be it. They're chipped anyway. They do that when you open and close them. So it's not that big a deal to me. But that's where I am. Got a lot of stuff going. I've got rims. I need 2 more rims. I'm gonna sandblast them. I'm gonna order some U-Paul primer because U-Paul right now is my favorite supplier of auto body supplies. They got primers, fillers, everything's reasonably priced. A gallon of primer is like $50. And that gallon of primer can be a high build primer, it can be a primer surfacer, it can be a primer sealer. And it all depends on how you reduce it. And I think that's fantastic. And I can get it at O'Reilly. So I'm going to sandblast them, prime them, get the paint made. At Auto Body Supply, I'm either doing RM Uno or Glazeret. I'm going to try and get it made in Limco single stage. I don't know if they'll be able to. But either way, L43 and L282, 80% gloss. They're not quite shiny, they're not quite matte. So that'll be good. I'm going to get running boards soon. Obviously, I'm going to do the hinge pin before. This door, the hinge pins are fantastic, and I can just close the door. No problems. So it's just the driver door, which would make sense since you open and close it every time you drive it. But hey, it's a pain to do. I should have done it earlier. What am I gonna do? Can't go back now. But anyway, that's where I'm at. Hope this little update was enjoyable. Like I said, go check out the t-shirts if you're interested. There's sweatshirts too, I believe. I can't remember what it's been on there. Make sure to leave a comment if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, subscribe for more Volkswagen stuff. Obviously this car, and then I've got the 74 Westphalia camper that I'm doing after this car. That is a big project. And I've got a couple videos on that I'm going to work on. Even though I'm not actually working on it, I've got some stuff I'd like to film. Specifically, like going through it, because the previous owner just left everything in there. So that'll be fun to see what I find in there. Hopefully nothing dangerous, but we'll see. So anyway, thank you guys all for watching the video. If you stuck here to the end, I don't know how long this is going to be. Probably less than 15 minutes once it's together. Probably less than 10 actually. But either way, it's a video. I haven't put one up in a while. I figured, hey, why not make a video so you can show everyone what's going on. So I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.